What's these last couple of weeks been like for you as you close out the season? Obviously, you were hurt, right? Coming back, taking on your new role. How would you sum up what that's been like for you?
Yeah, it's been up and down. Physically and mentally a little bit. Didn't envision it going it the way it did. With my injury and having to sit out, a few weeks. But a lot of reflecting and a lot of things that I'm proud of. A lot of things that I'm looking forward to. Getting better at in the off season, and really looking forward to a great 2024, and coming back really strong.
Coach said he thought you got better in that time, even though you weren't playing. Do you feel that way? And if so, like why or how?
Yeah, it was a unique perspective. Being able to kind of have a spectator view of it. Playing 9 games and having that experience, and but the last 3 being a spectator. So I grew in a lot of different ways. I really did, and was able to reflect and. Just really, have a different perspective, and I think it's important to keep the main thing, and that's what kind of got me through.
What were those conversations like initially, right? Because you're trying to come off health, right? Like, I'm sure you want to play, you're a competitor, right? John's playing well. How did Coach approach that with you?
Yeah, it was, I think a very tricky situation, and it was very complex for both of the parties, the coaches and, myself and, John included. Really cool to see what he did on the field, and for him to break some records was really awesome to see, and he worked so hard for it. So really cool to see for him, and really happy for him and his success. But it was definitely a tricky situation to navigate for me, mentally especially, and trying to stay positive through the whole thing. And I had a great support system uplifting me through the whole way.
Is it easier knowing though you're the long-term option, right? Like John. His career's done, right? Like yeah. You're going to be the guy. Did that help at all?
Maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, I try to stay in the moment as best I can, and I wanted to be out there for my team to be able to lead those guys in those ways and be able to fight with them. So, you have that in the back of your mind a little bit, but my perspective was, I'm living in the moment, and obviously want to be out there for my guys.
So after that disappointment, right? You guys don't make a bowl. Does that fuel you now? And if so, like how do you channel that to be better next year?
Yeah, no question. It's definitely fuel to my fire, at least, and I know for this team as well, and our coach and staff too, and I think the whole university is as a whole. You go into 2024 with that kind of sour taste in your mouth, and only going to grow from it and get better from it, and coming back really strong with a chip on my shoulder and a little bit of anger, a little bit kind of scratching and clawing to really be successful.
What's the biggest thing you took away from this season, just as a whole, like from the 4 interception game at Penn State to the success that you were able to have too, because it was that.
Yeah, I think I could write a book about it, and I'm still reflecting a little bit on it, yeah, sure. Obviously, but I think just the perspective of being thankful and enjoying what I have in those moments, the good and the bad, and learning from every single moment, because I had a lot of highs, I had a lot of lows, and I think at the end of the day, if you don't learn from both of them and try to do your best to stay leveled, you'll kind of fall. So I think that's what I learned the most, is having the perspective of learning from both good and bad.
And the last question here, just knowing the system now, right? You're with Barry, you're coming in, you've had some experience as a starter underneath your belt. How much does that help you going into spring ball and this offense as a whole that really played a lot better at the end of the season?
I think it'll be great, being able to focus, kind of more on my leadership a little bit, kind of already having a feel for our offense and our team, and be able to focus on relationships a little bit more, and I think that'll be great for me in my development, being more vocal, being more demonstrative, assertive in my leadership style. So it'll be a challenge, it'll be a new opportunity for me to kind of learn in a new way, I guess you could say, but very excited for every opportunity in front of me.